Buying your dream car will actually make you more money, believe it or not. If you asked 10 people, should I buy a sports car as a smart way to spend my money? Well, over 9 of them will tell you, no, don't do that. They depreciate and they're a liability and will not make you any money. And look, there's no denying that. A sports car, in 99% of the case, is just gonna lose you money, not make you money, like a house would. But as a car person, without our toys in our life, it's just boring and pointless, really. So in this video, I'll explain, if done right, how buying a sports car will actually motivate you and lead to you making more money, meaning your bank account's gonna go up, not go down from losing money on the car. Now, this all comes down to one simple saying and philosophy that you can see in the business world and in your day-to-day life. The saying is, the goalpost is always moving. Now, what does that mean? You've got a goal that you want to achieve. Once you achieve it, well, it keeps moving to achieve the next best thing. If you've achieved what you wanted and you don't want any more, well, you're never going to advance forward in life. I'm a prime example of this with all my cars over the years. When I was 16 years old, I just wanted a manual car that I could learn on. With that, I had a server job, not earning a lot of money, and I bought a $3,000 Holden Barina. A year later, I kept saving up and decided I want a sporty BMW. Same thing, I saved up $15,000, I'd achieved my goal, I bought my 335. And after the 335, I said I wanted a real performance car. So I bought the A45 AMG, a real AMG, and I spent $30,000 on that at 19 years old. And then a year after that, after working full time and my goals kept getting better and better over time, and by 20 years old, I decided I wanted to go all out and buy one of my dream cars, a BMW M4. Now that just motivated me to work harder, work more hours, and be smarter with my money so I could buy this $60,000 car at 20 years old. But like I said, the goalpost keeps moving. I haven't finished with my life now. I haven't said, all right, done, I've got the car and I can relax. No, my mind's constantly thinking, what am I going to get next? Can I get an M5 competition in a year or two? Can I get a Lamborghini in 5 years? Can I get a Koenigsegg in 10? My mind's always ticking on how I can achieve that next goal. And when I get to the goalpost, it just keeps running away from you, which motivates you to go further. When you finally get to the point of buying your dream car, you realize 2 things. The first thing is you're petrified because you've spent years of working, a lot of money, and you've dumped it into this. You don't want to crash it, you don't want to lose your license, you don't want anything. You want to make sure nothing happens to the biggest investment of your life. But after you get over that initial fear of spending so much money on a car, the second thing comes along, and that's the realization that you've achieved your goal, you've achieved the dream. You spent all these years working, saving, investing to be able to buy something like this, and you've finally done it. And now the next thing that's on your mind is, wow, if I can achieve this, what's the next thing I can achieve? And I don't know if it's just me and my mindset, but no matter what car I own, this one, the next one, the one in 10 years, I'll always be thinking about, wow, I really want that next step. I want something a little bit better. In no way am I saying I'm planning on selling my M4. I love the car to bits. It's honestly the favorite car I've ever owned, and it'll be hard to top it in the future. But I know deep down inside my mind, it's always thinking, you know, I've had the car for a bit now. What will I get next? And that thought is never going to go away until I get the next car. And then it just keeps snowballing forever pretty much. And let's be honest, we're not going to buy a worse car after this. You only want to buy a better one. So your mind's always ticking on how can I get more money to get a better car? Because we're not going to go backwards, we're only going forwards. Now that we know what motivates us to want to get cars like this and better cars, it really links back into how can I make more money to get cars like this, whether that's going for a better job, getting a raise, working harder, starting a business, investing my money. All these things will start going on in your head and you'll have to think, you know, if I want to achieve things like this, I really need to achieve more in my day-to-day life to earn more money and put more money on the table. And as rich people always say, you need a goal to motivate you to achieve things. If you don't have a goal, you'll never know if you've achieved what you wanted to or you fell short. And as they all say, you want to set goals for 6 months, a year, 3 years, 5 years. And with that, you can see how far you're coming. If you need to speed up, if you need to take more risks, if you need to take less risks, you know, because you're achieving or not achieving those goals. And because once you buy a nice car like this, you only want nice cars in the future and better ones. And that's always going in your mind. To buy better cars, you need more money. And you need to find out how to make more money. And not in a cocky way at all, but when you drive your dream car or a car like this, it makes you feel like you're winning at life and you can't lose. So going to get that raise or a better job or taking that risk and starting a business, well, the fail rate feels like 0 because you feel like you're on top of the world driving this car. You feel like a king when you're in a car like this. And that changes your whole mindset and how you perceive things. Even though the risk was the exact same before and the exact same now, your mindset feels completely different in the matter. With all that said, you cannot let the car change your character. I cannot stand people who own a certain car, regardless if they bought it or they got it gifted to them, whatever. If you think you're a better person than someone because you drive a nicer car, you're a horrible person on the inside. A car, yes, it will open up opportunities in business and in your personal life, of course. But if it changes your character and you think you're better than someone else because you drive a better car, you're the worst person overall. And take my car for a prime example of opening doors. I mean, my YouTube channel started because I bought this car, and it was a great achievement for me to, one, buy it and document it for you guys. My first ever video was buying my dream car at 20 years old, which is a BMW M4. People dream about this car for years, and I had also. So that's why it got the reception that it did. If I made the same video standing next to a $10,000 Ford Focus that I bought my dream car, well, it probably would have got 35 views. It's just the shock factor of having a car at this age, which got everyone viewing and still viewing to this day. But this loops all the way back again. In no way do I think I'm a better person than anyone watching this because I own this car at 20 years old. It's a great achievement for me personally, but I don't care if you still drive your mum's car. It's who you are on the inside that matters. So even if I had a Koenigsegg here at 20 years old, I'm not gonna think I'm a better person than you because of what I've achieved. And if you think that, then don't buy that car, because you buy it for yourself, not to show off to other people. That's not the point of it. So far, I've mentioned how owning your dream car will motivate you to make more money, to buy better cars, and also it makes you feel invincible, so you take risks that you wouldn't take before. But the final thing that will help you out in your day-to-day life and succeed is that it will increase your network with higher quality people and better opportunities. The reality is, if you own a higher end car, and especially if you're a younger person, people will take you more seriously and they'll think you're doing better in life. Even if you're not, even if you're in the same position you were, you just have a nice car, people will think, wow, this guy's got lots of money. Take me, for example. Owning this car, you probably think I've got millions in the bank and I come from a rich family and all that. It's not the truth at all. I've got a nice car, but in no way would I say I'm rich or super well off. It's just from hard work and achieving something like this. Again, this in no way is meant to be cocky or a flex, but it's just the reality of the world. Let's say you go to a business meeting or a job interview at a high-end firm or company. If you rock up to the meeting in a 1998 Corolla, they won't take you as seriously as if you rock up in something like this, or a higher end luxury car. They'll take you a lot more seriously and think, wow, this guy knows what he's doing if you come in a nicer car. And don't get me wrong, I totally agree that it's stupid that we live in such a materialistic world where they'll look at you for your possessions, not who you are. I think that's ridiculous. But the truth is, everyone pays attention to the details. So if you go to that interview in a suit and a car like this versus a 98 Camry and wearing this, well, the outcome's gonna be very different, even if you say the exact same thing. Even though the nice car might open doors for business opportunities and work opportunities, well, at the end of the day, it's your quality of work and your dedication which is actually going to get you anywhere. So the car might open the door for you, but it will slam shut straight away if you're not a good person on the inside. The reality is everyone wants to outdo the next person, and it can be an ego battle in the end. So even your closest friends and your family and your work colleagues, well, even though you love each other, you might want to be out there trying to outdo each other and get the nicer car. And a prime example of this is the Wall Street culture. As I'm sure a lot of you know, over the last 40 years on Wall Street, the richest of the rich work there. And now when there's so many rich people together, they all just want to show off to each other what they've got. Either the most expensive and rarest car, the longest boat, the most expensive Rolex on their wrist. They all just want to show off to each other that they've got more money, even if it makes no sense to buy it and they can't actually properly afford it. They're taking out loans to buy these things is just to show off to their friends. And like I've said before, when you're buying things to impress other people, it's never going to end well. And I can almost guarantee you're going to lose money in the process. So keep that in mind. Buy it for yourself. Buy it to motivate yourself. Don't buy it to show off or to seem cooler than the next person. Because trust me, no one thinks you're as cool as you really are apart from yourself. Everyone else is focused on their car and their life. And this has nothing to do with motivation or success or anything like that. But owning a car like this, well, it's going to open so many doors you didn't have. For example, in the last few months of owning this car, I've met so many people that I've become friends with and made relationships with just because of the car. We share the same passion for cars and BMWs and everything in between. So you can see some of the people I've met recently and done great things with just because we like the same car. Cars are one of the biggest motivators in my life, if not the biggest motivation in my life. I want to own the BMWs and the Camaros and the Porsches, the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and even the Koenigsegg's. I want to achieve it all. And I'm almost certain everyone watching this video is in the same situation as me. You're motivated to get money and achieve things because of those things. And every day I wake up and it's always on my mind. The cars, the fun, the achievement of owning them. Now, yes, I'd love to have the huge house and go on extravagant holidays and have the boats and the fancy watches. But at the end of the day, that's just an extra of having money. I'd rather live in a regular house and have a Lamborghini in the garage than live in a ginormous house but be driving a Toyota Yaris every day. The goal has always been to buy the dream cars and share my passion with those people around me, both in my family and friends, and also with you guys to see and we grow together and what we can achieve over the years. And honestly, that's why I could justify spending so much money on a car like this at a young age. The smart-minded me would have invested the money in this car into a house, and well, it would have been a very smart financial decision. But no, I took a risk. And in my opinion, I think the risk has paid off. I've one, achieved that childhood dream. Two, I'm chasing my passion every day, filming these videos for you guys and creating content online, which I love doing. And three, it motivates me every single day, from my day job to the social media to everything I do. It just motivates me. Whereas if I had no car, nothing, I was just sitting in my room in my house, the motivation wouldn't be as strong. I'm no financial advisor and I'd never claim that I am one. But my personal advice is if you can safely afford the car, it's not your whole net worth, then I'd definitely recommend you go out and do it just to experience it. If you can't afford it, then definitely save up a bit more till you can, or wait till it's a better time in your life to be able to go ahead with it. But it's definitely something that's going to change your life. And there are knock-on effects like the networking and stuff like that. But the main reason you do it is the motivation to succeed and be more in your life. I want to thank you for tuning into another one of my weekly YouTube videos, explaining my passion for financial success and cars also. I'll also make a video on how you can buy cars smartly so they're actually an asset, not a liability, which of course is the best thing to do when buying a car. Make money, not lose money. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this video once again. Please comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what other videos you want to see, whether that's with the M4 here or any other topics in regards to the car community or making money. So I thank you for watching once again, and I'll see you next week.